Good day from the Harvest Right family. Today we're going to show you what to do if you're trying to run a vacuum test and your vacuum pressure is not dropping below 1500 mTOR. There's a couple of quick and easy things that you can check that should solve your problem. So we're going to go through each of those things. So the first thing you want to check is to make sure that your vacuum pump power switch is in the on position. The line should be pressed down. You can hear that the vacuum pump just turned on. Next, you want to make sure your vacuum pump is plugged into the back of your freeze dryer. Make sure it's not plugged into your wall, but plugged into the back of your freeze dryer. Next, make sure that your vacuum hose is nice and tight on both ends. So here on the freeze dryer side, you also want to make sure that your hose is nice and tight where it connects to your vacuum pump. Okay, so as you can see, our mTOR or our vacuum pressure is in the 5,000 range. This is obviously a really high vacuum pressure, not low enough to freeze dry. And so one of the things that you'll want to check is to make sure that your door is getting a good seal up against your black rubber gasket. The easiest way to know if your door is sealing is to try and open your door. So as long as your vacuum pump is on and everything else is closed, your door shouldn't open. So I unlatched it, I'm gonna pull, and as you can see, the door is not opening. You don't really necessarily have to have a big thick seal all the way around. If your door doesn't open, then you know it's sealing. The seal is going to look different from one machine to the next. There's a chance you might not see a seal in some areas. Again, the quickest way to check on this is just to see if you can open your door while it's under vacuum. If you can't open your door, please don't waste your time trying to adjust your door seal. You know that your door is sealing well, and you can move on to the next area. Next thing you want to check is your drain valve. Please make sure that your drain valve is closed all the way. And feel free to push on it a little bit, give it some pressure. It should be perpendicular to your hose or the silver piece here. Once you know that your drain valve is closed tight, check to see if your vacuum pressure on the screen goes down at all. If it's not going down, then we're going to show you how to do a quick water test to see if possibly the drain valve isn't closing all the way, even though it looks like it is. A way to test to see if your drain valve is actually closing all the way is to dip the end of your drain hose into a small cup of water. And if the drain valve is open or it's not closed all the way, you're going to see water travel up your drain hose here. And that might mean that you need to replace your drain valve or just close it a little bit tighter. So we're going to go ahead and show what that would look like. If you see water traveling up your drain hose, then you know that your drain valve is either not closed all the way or there's a defect in your valve and it's not closing even though you have closed it all the way. And so if that happens, you'll need to replace your drain valve. And you can call Harvest Right and we'll order you and send you a new one right away. Okay, so to test your vacuum hose to see if there's a leak, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the hose tightly in each direction, basically up, down, left, and right, or north, east, south, and west. And as you're holding it, cranking it one way, go ahead and take a look at your freeze dryer screen to see if the millitor or the vacuum pressure is dropping or spiking up dramatically. This would reveal that we have a leak somewhere in the hose or the crimp where the hose connects to the metal fitting. You want to hold it in each direction, probably about 45 seconds to a minute, just to give the screen a chance to react and catch up if there is a leak. Since we didn't see a dramatic drop or spike in vacuum pressure in testing the hose on this side, we're gonna now test the hose where it connects to the vacuum pump. We might have a leak in the crimp on this end. So same thing, you're gonna pull it tight in each direction, holding it for about 45 seconds to a minute, and watching your freeze dryer screen to see if there's a dramatic change in pressure. And after pulling it in each direction, if you don't see a dramatic change on the screen, then we're going to go ahead and move to the next potential leak area. If you do see a dramatic rise or drop in pressure, that means you're either exposing or closing a leak in one of the directions that you're pulling. And at that point, you know that you need to order a new vacuum hose. You can order those on the Harvest Right website, or you can call customer service and let them know you need a new vacuum hose and they can place the order for you. So if you went to open your door while your freeze dryer was under vacuum and it opened, then that tells you that you need to adjust the seal on your door here. And so just to give you an idea of how to do that door adjustment, there's 2 screws here, one on the top and one on the bottom of your door hinge. And these are the screws that go into your front panel. And so these are the screws that we're going to be adjusting a little bit. And the goal is to get your door to lay flat up against your door gasket. And so you can imagine if you tighten these screws too much, you're going to have a really thick seal on this side, but your door is going to have a hard time closing over here because we're too tight here and not tight enough here. The opposite is also true. If you were to pull these 2 screws out too far, you might be really tight on this side but loose and not getting a good seal over here. And so it's really just a matter of really small adjustments to these screws in order to get the door to lay flat up against the gasket and get a good seal all the way around. And again, as long as your door remains closed while it's under vacuum, when you try to open it, there's nothing to worry about. It's much less about a visual door seal and much more about whether or not your door opens when it's under vacuum. So in case you think that you need to adjust your door or do a door adjustment, just one common thing that we wanted to clear up. All of our doors do wiggle. You can see the screw that goes in here and the screw that goes in here. They're not super tight. There's intentionally some play in the door, and that's there on purpose to help you get a good door seal and to let the door suck in against your door gasket when you're under vacuum. And so if you're concerned about this movement that you see, please know that it's normal and nothing to be worried about. As long as your door can't open while it's under vacuum, this is nothing that you need to be concerned about. We're going to move in and show how to do a door adjustment in case your door doesn't seal while it's under vacuum. And that will be playing with these 2 screws that go into your front panel rather than the 2 screws that go into your door. If you need to adjust your door seal for any reason, you will need a 1/8 Allen wrench and just an adjustable wrench for the nut. So in order to adjust your door, if you need to do that, you can see there's a bolt right here. This bolt needs to be loosened with a wrench. So you'll just need a Allen wrench here. And in order to tighten the left side of your door, you would basically tighten this screw further into your panel. Really, you just want to do about 1/4 of a turn at a time and then check to see if it's sealing better. I would do this while you're under vacuum so that you can be observing your vacuum seal getting better or worse as you make these adjustments. If you need to back this left side of your door away from the panel, let's say maybe you're getting a really tight seal on this side, but it's not sealing well enough where your door handle is, you might need to back this side out a little bit. And so you just turn your screw here counterclockwise to loosen it away from this panel. Okay, so same thing on this bottom screw. This is the bottom door screw on the side where the hinge is. You'll want to back this little nut off using a wrench. And then same thing on this bottom door hinge screw. In order to bring this closer to your door seal, you would turn it to the right. And in order to back it off of your door seal a little bit, which you may need to do to get your door to lay flat, you would just turn it a little bit to the left. And once you're confident that you're getting a good door seal, you can test that by seeing if your door opens when you're under vacuum. Once you're confident that you're getting a good seal, you'll want to put these nuts back into place and tighten them up against the front here so that your door won't move out of adjustment afterwards. Okay, if you were able to identify what was causing the vacuum problem by watching this video, and your vacuum pressure has started to drop rapidly, you should be good to go. Just make sure that you're able to get your vacuum pressure down into a low range for freeze drying. Ideally, you want to be at 500 mTOR or lower, although on our new software, anything below 1000 mTOR, you can freeze dry without any problems. During this video, if you were able to identify the cause of your problem and you need a new part from Harvestrite, whether that's a new vacuum hose or a new drain valve or something, please give us a call and we'll ship those parts to you right away so you can continue freeze drying. If you are not able to identify the cause of your problem, please as well give us a call and we can help you to pinpoint it and get this resolved so you can start freeze drying and enjoy your purchase. Thanks and have a great day.